my mouth and talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, or as I like to call them sometimes, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. All right, y'all. I asked, some of the cousins earlier, did they want to go live or do a pre-record? Even though I really wanted to do a pre-record, I shouldn't even ask. Girl, I should have just went ahead and did what I wanted to do. But I asked some of the cousins earlier in a post, did they want to do a live or pre-record? And the people said that they wanted to go live. And because I feel like I owe you for sticking beside me while the people had hijacked my channel, I said, you know what? Let me give my cousins what they want. Let me give the people what they want. Okay. The people said they want to live, so we're gonna go live. Now I think the next reunion, I think I'm gonna do a pre-record. I don't know. It just depends. Because I really didn't feel like it was a lot for me to really come down here and do a live over. But I can make I can make lemonade out of the smallest lemon. So here we are, y'all. So we're gonna come down here. We're down here to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the reunion. I'll start off by saying this. I felt like the reunion at a certain point was kind of chaotic. Um, at one point, I felt like Andy was just there. Can y'all hear me? Oh, girl, here we go. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Some people are saying the mic is low. Okay. 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 So the majority said they can hear me. Okay. So at one point I felt like Andy was just sitting there. I felt like Andy was just sitting. I don't know. I just felt like at some this is my thing, right? And then we're gonna get into what was said. I understand that the girls I can understand how you're not gonna overtalk me. And I'm gonna say what I need to say. How can I say this? I think coming from a YouTuber's point of view, um, I'll just say from my point of view. Um, I it's hard to review a show when it's just a whole bunch of yelling and screaming. And for someone like me who tries to be as detailed as possible sometimes, I it's hard and it gets frustrating because girl, I can't keep pausing and rewinding and pausing and rewinding and pausing and rewinding and pausing and rewinding to try to hear what everybody's trying to say. So it just gets a tad bit frustrating. You know what I'm saying? And at one point I was just over it. Girl, I was over it. I was like, girl, I'm tired. Girl, I'm not about to sit here and try to catch what every little person's saying because you got 3 and 4 people trying to attack one person at one time, and it just becomes too much. So, um, the reunion starts. And I'm not gonna lie, girl, just a little light before we start cussing each other out, okay? Because we're gonna get to a point where we're gonna start cursing each other out. Before we get to the part where we start cursing each other out, I did think it was funny how all the girls kind of got out of their car, fresh faced. And then Angela, girl, I want y'all to go back and watch when Angela got out the car. When Angela got out that car, like, whew. I was like, I'm sorry. The way Angela got out of her car and walked into the building like she was already over it before it even started. When I tell you the way I screamed at my TV, I thought that was funny. Um, Jarvis, he shows his face, kind of. He came to the reunion. He had on some sunglasses. So we see Jarvis. Jarvis looks like he might be a handsome man. From what I saw, I don't know. But nonetheless, Jarvis was at the reunion. Those who don't know who Jarvis is, that is Kelly's boyfriend, the one who decided to buy her $70,000 worth of teeth and not catch up on and not catch her up on some of her bills. But that's that man's money. He can do what he want to do with it. Okay. Me personally, I move a little different, girl. I told y'all that when I get about 50, 60, I might want me a new set of chompers. But right now, I think my teeth are okay. Girl, I think my teeth are okay. So I would have took the 70,000 and caught up on some bills. But I'm a little wired differently than some of the other girls, right? Kelly took the 70,000 and went and got her some new teeth. Well, she should have been taking the 70,000 and putting it down on a down payment for a house. Okay, no shade to Kelly. I love Kelly, I do. But Kelly should have been taking that 70,000 and using that 70,000 for a down payment for her and her children. But at the end of the day, it don't matter no more, girl. She got the teeth, the money is gone. Okay. Shout out to Kelly. Um, so the girls come out, and I think K Michelle is surprised that she is first chair. She says, "Let me put my helmet on." The thing is about this whole seating arrangement, we've already discussed this. I don't know why people are so surprised about the seating arrangement when, if you even look at the reunion, I think the last, 10 or 15 minutes of the reunion was really about K Michelle. Hello? Did y'all catch that? I think like the last 10 or 15 minutes of the reunion, it was really questions geared towards K Michelle. As I stated earlier, and I've said this numerous times, when they asked the viewers for the questions, 50% of the questions were for K Michelle. So why would you think, out of all the questions that you decided to ask this cast, 50% of the questions were for her? Why would she be at the end of the couch? When, girl, you might as well just go ahead and put her beside Andy, because, girl, that's who the people want to know about anyways. I don't think y'all know how this works. Okay? You can't, every question you put in cannot be for the person who you say didn't bring anything to the show, and then you'd be surprised at how they got first seat. She got first seat because the viewers put her in first seat. Because when they asked y'all what questions y'all wanted to ask her at the reunion, girl, all y'all questions were for K Michelle. And then y'all got a line talking about how she get first seat, how she get first seat, how she get first seat. She got first seat because the last 10, 15 minutes of the reunion was all about K Michelle. Hello? Now, was I a tad bit surprised about K Michelle being first chair? Kind of, because I thought it was gonna be Shamia. I really just thought it was gonna be Shamia. Right? But Kay getting first chair, it's kind of like, oh, okay, Kay got first chair. Anyways, um, they show a clip of Phaedra meeting up with Jasmine Crockett. I don't know why I'm being so nice tonight. Welcome back, cousin Rodney. Keep tugging on their wigs, baby. I kind of got nervous a little bit. What's up, Diva? I was like, girl, I don't even want to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta because I don't even want to fool with them girls, okay? But I said I'm not gonna let nobody run me off from my job. Girl, I had to think about it. I said, ain't nobody running me off from my fucking job, okay? Um, so we down here. Um, I'm gonna be nice. I don't know why. I think I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. Maybe I'm gonna say this. Maybe it's some truth to it. When these girls come out and they say, I filmed, I had a personal storyline. I've heard Ashley Darby say that. Phaedra has said it. Now, based off of the fact that we see Phaedra meeting up with Jasmine Crockett, there may be some truth to Phaedra possibly having some type of personal storyline and them scraping her storyline and just using her for confessionals because they just think that that's what the people want to see. But if we're gonna be honest, I think that the viewers of Real Housewives of Atlanta and Potomac, I think that we have put these when I think that we've showed the producers that they really can give us pretty much anything and we still gonna watch. Girl, all they want to see is these bitches fuss and cuss each other out anyways. So, girl, just give some of the girls a personal storyline. The rest of them, girl, put somebody as a confessional gangster where she just talks shit in the confessional. Put somebody in the confessional just to make the girls laugh. Okay, give her a storyline, just so we can have some storylines. And then, girl, after that, girl, give the girl some shots, a 1800 or some Casamigos or Parmesan. Send them to dinner where they're not even gonna eat their food, girl, and then let them fight and cuss each other out. I really honestly believe that that's what the producers do. Let's liquor them up, give them some shots of Paul Masson, some MD 2020, some Old E. Girl, send them to dinner. They not gonna eat because they gonna start arguing as soon as they sit down. Girl, we gonna see who gonna cuss each other out the best or the most, and then girl, that's gonna be a scene. I really honestly believe that that's what they do down to Real Housewives of Atlanta. I do. I do. And then it's no shade when you got the girls like Angela who always come into a scene with her shoulders, girl, touching the sky. Girl, I want Angela for real. Angela, I want y'all to go tell Angela. I really want Angela to come back like she did her first season. I really want Angela to kind of I want Angela to relax. I want Angela to be have fun. I want Angela to be funny. I don't want Angela to feel like all she has to do, all her only goal on the show is just to read and get into it with bitches. Because that's all Angela does. All Angela does really is just want to argue and read. That's it. We don't never see Angela have a good time. And that's why when the girls start comparing people to Nene, not to say they've compared Angela to Nene, when they say that Angela even, she revived RHOA, no, she really didn't. She didn't. No, she didn't. One thing about Lanithia Leaks, Lanithia Leaks gave us villain, she gave us asshole, she gave us bitch, she gave us comedy, she gave us a one-liner, she gave us all of that. Nene gave us all of that in one. Nene was gonna cuss your ass out. She was gonna laugh. She was gonna kiki. She was gonna drink. She was gonna have a good time. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, girl, let's keep on going. So yeah, Phaedra possibly had a storyline, and we just didn't know anything about it. Drew, if you were Team Drew, you really not gonna like anything I'm about to say. I think that Drew looks absolutely foolish. I think that Drew looks dumb. I think Drew looks stupid. I think that Drew sitting on stage defending a man who possibly could be a scammer makes her look stupid. I think Drew coming down to the reunion last year, handing out his merchandise, and now we have women coming forward saying that he scammed them, and she sits on stage and defends him because she want to get one up over K Michelle. I think she looks dumb. You have K Michelle sitting here trying to drag the nigga because they say he's a low down dirty nigga, and you got Drew sitting up here trying to defend him. Girl, what are you trying to defend, girl? Just let the nigga get dragged. Girl. And then you look surprised. I just said on my video today, Angela needs to stop coming to the scenes ready to be defensive. She's too uptight. She really is. Angela, come. I'm telling. If y'all look at Angela, Angela really sits there like this, like she's just trying like to move. Like, girl, like you're not even like at this point, girl. You like another Giselle. The last time we saw Angela have fun with the ladies was when she hosted them at the bank. Yikes. She's been arguing since. Hey, Rodney and Chad, girl. So when they had a chair sitting out in the corner, and they said, "Oh, I wonder who's that chair for?" And Andy made a joke and said, "Oh, that's for Black." Baby Drew looked like she had just saw a ghost when they said that go Black. I mean that seat is for Black. Hey, Rodney, it's been a while. I'm running late, but I'm here. I'm glad you got your channel back. Thank you so much. I just thought so. They start talking about Black, and girl, before they even got to Black, sorry, they Andy goes around the room. Girl, we haven't even got to the reunion. Girl, the reunion ain't even started yet. Girl, Andy goes around the room. He gives his pleasantries, right? Oh, hey Shamia. Hey Portia. He greets all the ladies. Then he gets to Drew, and then he says, Drew mentions her. They talk about Drew getting her body done. And, rightfully so, she takes a dig at K Michelle and she says, it's not leaking. Because K Michelle ass was leaking. Girl, we just talking tonight. The way they let Drew skate on by this reunion had my head about to explode. There is no way that Drew Sidora could sit on a stage and say anything to be about my ass leaking when we just heard the courts and the court documents we saw that leaked online say that you were not taking your children to school. So if you want to talk about leaking, we can talk about leaking. Let's talk about those court documents that leaked that said that you were not taking your children to school. Let's talk about those court documents that leaked that said that, girl, you had to get out that house by May the 31st. Let's talk about the court documents that leaked that said, girl, you had to vacate the home and that's Ralph's home. Let's talk about the court documents that leaked that says you got to pay that nigga child support. We can talk about leaking all day long. And I think that K Michelle really wanted to go there with Drew. At the end, we'll get to the part where she told Drew, girl, we just scratched on the surface. I really ain't even said everything I could say to you. You could tell they wanted to go there with Drew, but they really were trying to be nice to Drew. Because the reality is, Drew is the easiest read on the stage. And I don't give a damn what nobody say. Anybody who is labeled as a deadbeat, who don't take their children to school, can't say a goddamn thing to me. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. If you don't take your children to school, you can't say nothing to me. Girl, you lost custody of your children for a reason. You can't say nothing to me. You can't. You can't. Pinky announces that she's pregnant. Baby, Pinky said that her mother was mad as fuck. I told you, I'm telling y'all don't want to read between the lines. Let me tell y'all something. Your body, your choice. I don't give a damn how many kids you have. Drew made me want to scream because why are you here? Kelly can talk. Kelly can talk because at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you why Kelly can talk. You can say what you want to say about Kelly. While Kelly was probably getting her ass whipped by that man, she still took her kids to school. While Kelly was moving to Shamia's house, Kelly still took her kids to school. You can say what you want to say about Kelly, but with everything that Kelly has still going on, we ain't never heard no story about Kelly not taking her children to school. Kelly probably did have to move into Shamia's house, but she still took her kids to school. Kelly was getting her ass whooped by her ex-husband. Supposedly, she still took her kids to school. Kelly was crying in the closet in fetus position. She still took her kids to school. Kelly was at the dentist getting a new set of teeth. She still took her kids to school. Kelly got custody of her kids. Drew ain't got custody of hers. Kelly don't have to pay a nigga child support. The nigga gotta pay her child support. So I don't know what y'all be talking about when y'all be trying to defend Drew. Baby, you cannot defend Drew. You just anyways, girl. Anyways, girl. I'm gonna leave y'all alone. Y'all go ahead. So back to Pinky. Back to Pinky. Pinky says her mother basically was pissed off. Listen, y'all do what y'all want to do with y'all bodies. Your body, your choice. K. Michelle even told you she wasn't even trying to go there with her. Kay was trying to keep it cute, but Drew kept trying to be shady. Thank you, Sybil. Drew irks me so badly. She needs validation and attention so badly. Rodney, please get the tea from Mims. He won't tell us about Drew. It must. Drew irks me so badly. She needs validation and attention so badly. Rodney, please get the tea from Mims. He won't tell us about Drew. It must be hot. Maybe y'all so messy. I'm convinced that deadbeat Drew doesn't have a sense of self worth because how do you model yourself after the village fool, baby? We gonna get to it. You know we gonna get into it. Thank y'all. Um, I think that for Pinky's mother, not for Pinky's mother for Pinky's mother to feel that she doesn't think that Pinky should have any more children. That hey Millie Chomp, hey girl, what's up? For Pinky's mother to feel like she shouldn't have any more children, I think that says a lot. I do. I think that for Pinky's mother to feel like Pinky should not have any more children, like she running around the house, girl, like with Kiki Wyatt's house, says a lot. Because Pinky, not only, let me stop saying only, because bitch, anything past one is a lot of kids to me. Okay, how many kids you got? Two. How many kids you got? One? You got a kid? You know, that's like acting real. You got a child? Oh, girl, you got one? Ooh, girl, that's a lot. So, bitch, girl, anything past zero, bitch, is a lot of kids to me. Okay, so I'm the wrong person to ask. Okay, bitch. So I'm just saying, Pinky has three, I believe, and then I think, she has three with Derek, right? But nonetheless, girl, I think it says a lot that Pinky's mother doesn't think that she should have any more children. I think that says a lot. Um, Girl, I don't know. Like at this point, girl, they just really Andy started talking. Girl, listen, listen. Coochie is not my ministry. Y'all already know. So I don't know what's going on with y'all cats. This is exactly why conversations like this, men should not be in charge of telling women what to do with their bodies. Because I can guarantee you, there are probably some women, but I guarantee you there were mostly probably 99.9% men that did not understand or would not understand this conversation. I don't know what the fuck they was talking about. Y'all coochie sitting at the bottom of y'all's panties. I don't know. They was talking about getting finger fucked and girl, you having to get banged up and fucked by Bolo to push your pussy back inside your pussy. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. They started talking about when Drew said she got to go to the doctor to get finger fucked so her coochie don't be sitting at the bottom of her drawers. I don't know, honey. I was confused. That ain't got nothing to do with me. So, girl, just go to the doctor. They say you got to get fucked by Big Dick Bolo in order to push your pussy back upside, but back inside, because they be falling out in y'all panties. I don't know. That's what I don't know. 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 So, anyways, girl, just go watch it. Girl, I don't know what they was talking about. I don't know nothing about y'all. Bitch, I barely know about my own. I don't know nothing about no woman's body. Okay. Um. So Portia said that she'll FaceTime Andy when she goes. I know you will. Drew and Black. K. Michelle says because of Black's legal troubles, that's why she didn't want to be connected to him. And I put, but you connected yourself. Now, this is the thing, right? We're not gonna sit here and act like this is why the girl. This is why I'm good at what I do. This is why I'm good at what I do. Okay. Can we just be real, y'all? I believe that K. Michelle and Portia were plotting behind the scenes to get some mess started with Drew and K. Michelle. I do. Because if you go back and watch that very first scene with K. Michelle and Portia, the way that Portia was talking in that conversation was as if her and K. Michelle had already had a conversation prior to that sit down. Go back and watch, go back and listen. Portia saying stuff like, oh, why you always beefing with all the singers? You know, Drew, girl, go back and watch. It gave to me, and I said that from the get go. It gave to me that K. Michelle and Portia were in cahoots, girl. And it was giving like, girl, you going after Drew. I mentioned that from the get go. From the get go. Okay. I don't know either Rodney and I have and I have and I don't know I don't know either Rodney and I have had one all my life. Okay. Um so I do believe that's really what happened. I have been very vocal. I believe that K Michelle did kind of start, not kind of, she did start with Drew. I think that once Drew probably gained some insight of what was about to happen, I think that Drew started fucking back with K Michelle. With the, you know him, right? Because K Michelle, don't forget, K Michelle met up with Portia and with Kelly, and Black's name came up somehow, and K Michelle was like, well, he could talk to he's single, he could talk to who he wanted to talk to. So I do believe that it was a scheme that K Michelle and Portia both tried to set up when it came to Drew. I do. I absolutely do. Um, but I also believe too that K Michelle didn't want to be connected to him. I don't think K Michelle probably thought it was gonna go that far to now. I don't know. Girl, no, she probably had to think that. So now you have K Michelle. Now you have Drew trying to connect K Michelle to Black. The examples that she's giving are not landing for me though. Like K Michelle greeting Black through the FaceTime, like, hey, that don't mean shit to me. Girl, it's no shade. You know how many people I done met for the first time? I'm like, hey, what's up? Girl, you will probably think I know them based off of how based on how I'm interacting with them. But girl, I don't know that. I don't know. Girl, I don't know that. Girl, what I was supposed to say? Hey, girl. Girl, like I was like, hey, what's up? So like I think some of the examples that Drew tried to give fell flat, but I still believe that Portia and K Michelle were plotting behind the scenes to get some shit started with Drew. And I think that once Drew became aware, I think that she said, well, girl, this is the game we play, this is the game we gonna play. I really do believe that. But this is where Drew starts to lose me. You have K Michelle basically talking about Black and how he takes advantage of Black women, and he does things, and he does take their money and do things. And then here you go, Drew, for whatever reason, feeling the need to stand in and take up for Black. And then she says that that's a heavy allegation. It sounds like you've been talking to people behind the scenes because I do know you did an endorsement deal. Okay, so this is what's going on. And this is where Drew gets on my fucking nerves. Drew knows what she's doing. And the thing is, if you're not a nosy nigga like me, and the king of hot topics, and you report the mess, then you may not necessarily know everything that happens, right? There are people out there who don't pay attention to the blogs, and they really just come down to YouTube and listen to YouTubers, so they get the mess from us. The reality is, K Michelle didn't have to do anything behind the scenes because, girl, the Shade Room did a whole entire expose on Black. Hello? It was all over the goddamn World Wide Web. You think the Shade Room with what 30 plus million followers? Hello? And it's just crazy to me how Drew is talking out of both sides of her mouth. Drew says, it sounds like you've been talking to people behind the scenes, but then you also throw out there that K Michelle has an endorsement deal, I think, with the lady that's suing Black. So how do you know that, Drew? So are you talking to people behind the scenes too? The same way you're saying that K Michelle is talking to people behind the scenes because she knows information, even though the Shade Room did a whole fucking goddamn expose on Black. How do you know that? How do you know that about K Michelle? Unless you're doing something behind the scenes too. You see what I'm saying? One thing I noticed about all the girls on the stage, if not all, they all do they all doing the same shit. It's just about who can get away with it. That's it. They all doing the same shit, but it really comes down to who can get away with it, who gonna receive protection. If K Michelle is running behind the scenes finding stuff out about Black, then how are you finding stuff out about K Michelle, Drew? Wouldn't that mean you ran behind the scenes if you know that she had an endorsement deal with the girl B Marie? Because I think the girl B Marie, it's a whole. I don't even want to get into it because they don't have nothing to do with Housewives. One of the ladies that's suing Black, from what I understand, I think her name is B Marie. I think she has a skincare product or something, and I think that that's what Drew was talking about, basically. Drew contradicted herself all motherfucking night long. Now all of a sudden we not body shaming. Drew, the reunion ain't even started and you already body shaming K Michelle, which is fine. I don't give a fuck. Body shame, body shame, body shame. But they be y'all want to have it both ways. Anyways, so Drew brings out a clapperboard. And that's the thing. And that's another thing too, like talking about cut it. Y'all say I'm an actress, but Drew, you are an actress. And the fact that you up here, like, you would think that you would just let Drew drag. I would think that you would just let K Michelle drag the nigga if that's what she wanted to do. Because why are you defending the nigga who they say now? It could the allegations and accusations are not does not mean the truth. Okay, but the problem with Drew is you have attached yourself to this man, and instead of you and trying to detach yourself, girl, you want to continue to attach yourself. You done brought the man shit on the show last year at the reunion. You done brought the man on the show calling him your best friend and how you love him and how it could possibly be something there, right? And now all of a sudden, girl, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? And now all of a sudden, girl, girl, it don't even matter, girl. Shamia asks, did you invest in Black's business? And did he take money from you? She says no. And to carry on narratives, I think in this sisterhood we need to grow up. Shamia, it's not it's not too far fetched for people to believe that you did invest in Black's business. You just were at the reunion last year with a bag full of fucking hookah pins, bitch. Like, what are we talking about? That's what I'm saying. Like, they do so much shit on the show, and I really do believe they go from season to season and they just forget. It's not too far fetched for people to think or assume that you invested in his business. You were at the reunion last year handing out his products. Am I making this up? So it don't have nothing to do with carrying on narratives. I think in this sisterhood we need to recruit. You just was at the reunion last year handing out shit. So you were promoting his business for free like an idiot? So you were you were using your platform. Let me make sure I got this right, Jusadora. You were using your platform to promote a business of a nigga who they say scamming people, and you were doing it for free. And then when the girls say, "Did you invest in Black's business? And did he take money from you?" The answer is no. And to carry on narratives in this sisterhood, I think, great ain't no bitch. You the one who put the narrative out there. But you know the girls don't like when you talking facts on my girl. You know, girl, the last time I talked in facts, girl, my channel got taken down. Anyways, girl, let me shut up. Kelly says, well, hold up, says the person who tried to highlight someone else's business. And that's what I'm saying. Listen, you can say whatever you want to say about Kelly. I don't give a damn. You can say whatever you want to say about Drew. I don't give a damn. But the reality is, the same way y'all been telling Kelly she needs to mind her business and worry about what she lay in her head, baby, that's what y'all should have been telling Drew. Because the same way that Drew was out in front of Kelly's business, highlighting the fact that her business doors were locked, when she should have been worrying about Ralph locking the doors behind her black ass. Hello? Hello? I don't know how the beef between Kelly and Drew got started. Drew says Kelly came for her singing first. And then Kelly says, and then she said, and don't be mad that I played the game better than you. That's the thing, girl. You so busy worried about playing the game when reality is kicking your ass, Drew. That's y'all problem. Y'all be so busy trying to come down to the show and play a game, and reality is kicking and whooping your ass. Because while you were so worried about Kelly's doors being locked at her restaurants, you should have been worried about your own goddamn address. If we're just gonna go ahead and put it out there. Because from what the people say, you got to vacate the marital home, and that's Ralph's house. And you got to pay him child support. And he has primary custody of your kids. So while you was worried about Kelly and what she had going on down to Nano's Chicken and Waffles, girl, soul food, you really should have been worried about your own motherfucking address. You worried about the wrong address, Drew. You worried about the wrong address. You are worried about the wrong address. You really are. In the same way Shamia was giving Kelly somewhere to lay her head for a couple of weeks, I would have thought your homegirl from Chicago would have gave you a place to lay your motherfucking head for a couple of weeks. Don't she got a rental property? Why your homegirl didn't put you up? Y'all talking about Shamia putting up Kelly, but at least Kelly got a friend that can put her up. Bitch, Angela wasn't nowhere to be found to help put up Drew and Lil JoJo. Bitch, I have to give me some energy, girl. Kelly says she supports Drew's music, and Drew has reposted her post playing her music. Again, girl, I don't know who started the mess between Kelly and Drew, but Drew says Kelly started fucking with her first. I tell her to worry about picking her kids up from school, girl, and taking them down. Okay, that's why I said the girls were really playing nice with Drew. They really were. The girls were really, really playing nice with Drew. They really, really were. Because the way I know, the way they should have been tag teaming Drew, the way they tagged Kim Zolciak is really what should have happened. The way that Drew should have been running out of that reunion, the way that Mia was running out of the reunion last year, that really should have been what happened. The way that Kim Zolciak was in the bathroom crying is the way that Drew should have been in the restroom crying. Because girl, ain't no way you're gonna come there and talk all this shit. Angela had to evict them spiders first. Ain't no way. I'm sorry, y'all. Ain't no way you can come down here talking all that cash money shit and you done lost custody of your motherfucking children. You don't take your kids to school. Baby, it will be on and popping that whole time. Every time you even said something to me, girl, I will make mention that you lost custody of your kids. Shut up. You don't take your kids to school. Don't even talk to me. You can say what you want to say about me, bitch. I take my kids to school. Don't say shut up. Don't say nothing to me. No, we're not the same because I take my kids to school. Hello, baby. I would be wearing Drew out, girl. It you couldn't say nothing to me. That's just what it is, and I don't give a damn what nobody got to say. But the girls go up for Drew because now she Drew Williams. So they start talking about Drew body. Yeah. They start talking about Drew's body and how she looked like and how basically she's Drew Williams. I call her Drew Williams. Girl, can we just call a thing a thing? No, Drew looks good. Drew looks good with her body. I'm not gonna lie. Drew looks real good. Drew never had a horrible body, but now she got the Portia special. The reality is, she looks like Portia. You could tell. Let me give y'all some examples of what I mean by she looks like Portia. When you look at Kenya, you don't see Portia. When you look at Candy, you don't see Portia. When you look at Shamia, you don't see Portia. When you look at Angela, you don't see Portia. When you look at Pinky, you don't see Portia. When you look at Phaedra, you see someone who is trying to replicate Portia, who's trying to live the life that she really wanted to live, which is to be a city girl. When you look at Drew, she gives Portia Jr. She does. She does. Yeah. She got mad. She does. When you look at Drew and Phaedra, you can tell Phaedra really wants to kind of like replicate like the city girl aesthetic. She just ain't really. It's not working for Phaedra because Phaedra be wanting to wear Girl, 613 platinum blonde wig. Anyway. Um Drew Drew says that we shouldn't body shame. Drew, and that this is my thing. I don't care about the girls body shaming. I don't, but you can't come out before the reunion even gets started and you start body shaming K Michelle and then want to give a speech about body shaming. Girl, you literally opened up the reunion body shaming, which is fine. I think the only time I don't agree with body shaming is when you body shame someone who has not laid on the table. That's why I'm like, girl, especially if it comes from someone who has laid on the table. And this is me, someone who believes in surgery, who want to look suck. I want this right. I just want this gone. That's it. I can't wait to have my surge. Y'all gonna know. Okay. Okay, girl, that's what I'm saying. Like at this point, if we gonna be honest, like y'all be want not y'all, the viewers. I'm gonna say that not y'all. The viewers want to start painting all of like they want to start naming all these things that are off limits when the reality is nothing is off limits. That's just what it is, y'all. While it should be true that certain things should be off limits, yes, but that's not the reality. The reality is, bitch, everything is on the table, including children. It shouldn't be, but it is. Don't act like Sheree just went down to the reunion talking about one of Nini's sons stealing out of Walmart. Y'all don't remember? Don't act like, don't act like, don't act, hello? The children have always been on the table. It just depends on what somebody got to say about your children. Okay? So hopefully your children is walking a straight arrow that ain't nobody say nothing about them. But if you got some shit going on with your children, bitch, it might be said. And hopefully, girl, they child is a mess, and you can have something to say back about theirs. That's it. That's really it. That's really it. The kids ain't never been off the table. So when the girls get down to the internet, like, oh my God, girl, why y'all clutching y'all pearls? Y'all acting like y'all ain't watched Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all know what the shit. Y'all know these girls are with the shits. That's why that's exactly why I could not get on board with the whole Pinky is aggressive, because I really do believe this. And we're gonna move on. We're just talking. Auntie got to get that belly button back centered according to Shamia. Oh yeah. I really do believe this. This is why I couldn't get on board with the Pinky is aggressive. Because I think that in this group, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. With these black women on Real Housewives of Atlanta, I don't think that Pinky, when she was getting back, when she was, and I'm sure they'll talk about this. I'm getting ahead of myself. Well, I'm sure they're gonna talk about this next episode when Cynthia comes out. Never mind. Never. We'll talk about that next week. Um, yeah, I forgot because Cynthia's coming out next week, and I'm sure they're gonna talk about that trip when Cynthia comes out, and then we'll get into the whole aggressive and why the girls be real fake down to Twitter and the podcast and spaces and YouTube clutching their pearls, talking about Pinky is aggressive when Pinky ain't aggressive. Because bitch, we know aggressiveness when it comes to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And if I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there, Real Housewives of Atlanta is probably one of the most gutter snipers franchises out of all of them. If we're just gonna go ahead and say it. Because the reality is, if Cynthia really thought that Pinky was aggressive in that moment, she would have said something. But being that Cynthia has been on this show with these women, aggressiveness is not what Pinky just gave, girl. I know aggressive. Aggressive is when Portia was standing over you and you had to kick her in her pussy. Okay, let me shut up. I'm getting ahead of myself. Um, they discussed Kelly posting Drew's before pictures. Like I said, girl, at the end of the day, I don't believe that you should body. I don't like body shaming when it comes from people who have had surgery to people who have not had surgery. That's when I look at you sideways. But if the girls who had surgery want to body shame each other, then let the girls body shame each other. Girl, it is what it is. Then Kelly starts. Then Kelly Loki started to lie and say, "I've never gotten my body done, only my boobs." I mean, girl, your boobs are part of. Girl, listen, Kelly, it's okay. Kelly, in my opinion, your boobs are a part of your body. Whether you got a boob job, breast implants, a boob lift, like girl, it's okay, girl. It's okay. It's okay. Um, they who they asked Pinky, girl, we gotta hurry up, girl. Oh, girl, we gotta hurry up, girl. Girl, we ain't even got past. Okay, they asked, girl, we gotta hear it. Angela and Pinky, they asked Pinky what was her favorite moment. She says arguing with Angela. Okay, girl. They talk about Portia and her love life. She says she's in love. I put I don't care. Sway took her family of 14 on a private jet. You saw when Andy, girl, this is in true fashion. That's why when the girls get down to the internet talking about why y'all counting people money, girl, bitch, shut the fuck up, bitch. We count everybody money on the Real Housewives. The whole purpose of the show was to see these kept women, these women behind the gates. Girl, they made it about the money. So don't get mad when we start counting the girls' money because it's the whole purpose of the show. Now we know it's some broke girls on the show. But the same way Andy sat there and saw them sitting in that private jet and was like, girl, basically, how the fuck she afford that private jet? That's exactly what Andy pretty much asked Portia. Decorum has left the building a long time ago. We're talking about everybody. All is fair in love and war. No empathy cards. All bets are off. Been off. That's all I'm saying. These be the same people. These be the same, and it's no tea, no shade. That comes from the same people who swore up and down when Candace was twirling across the table. She got exactly what she deserved because where I grew up from, I ain't never seen so many motherfuckers talk about how they grew up in the hood and where I grew up from and the block I grew up on. Now you got so many goddamn excuses or reasons of why you can't say this and say that. Where I grew up from. Well, why I grew up, you hit a bitch in your. Where I grew up, I grew up, why I grew up different. Well, bitch, I can't tell. Because when it comes to anybody else, all of a sudden, girl, well, no, 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 no. No, but I thought you just said, girl, you grew up in the motherfucking hood. Anyways, so Andy wanted to know what the fuck Sway do. Because he said he looked at the picture, he saw a private jet in the back. I saw it too. I was like, damn, who private jet is that? But again, like I be trying to tell the girls, if once you start to display certain things, the girls be wanting to know, girl, how you live like that. That's just I feel like that is just human. So Andy sees Sway with a private jet. Now Andy want to know what the fuck this bitch get her money from. What she do for a living? What she got? Why y'all? What you could be on a private jet? Because bitch, I know I'm richer than all y'all, and y'all don't never see me on a private jet. So what the fuck, girl? Where this come from? Right? Andy said, "Where this like, girl? How? What the fuck she do? What the fuck she do for work to the point where girl while y'all sitting in front of a private jet? I think it's a legit question too, and it takes Sway out of it. Anytime I see any of the girls who live a certain life, whether it's Jen Shaw, Lisa Vanderpump, I be want to know now what they say they did for work, what they do for work again. Because girl, they living real good. What she do for work? You said she did what now? Explain to me again. Oh, okay. Because girl, I be want to know. Andy want to know what that bitch do for work. Why? How y'all on a private jet? Explain to me. Anyways, so Portia says that she sells like sweets or something. I don't know, girl. She does real estate. She coaches entrepreneurs. Remember, Portia took one of her classes on the show. Portia took one of her classes on the show. Well, she didn't take a class on the show, but they talked when Sway came over to Portia's house. Um, Portia said that she had like signed up for one of her classes, and they were like talking about salon suites. Yeah, salon suites. Andy asked Shamia, what's your reaction to Portia and Sway? She making on my motherfucking nerves. And Portia needs to cut the crap about getting married, possibly to Sway. Girl, you there for the coin. Okay. She Andy said we don't need another fraud arrest with Housewives. LOL. Okay, Lucky Charms. Shamia get on my mother. Shamia, you know what it is? Shamia is just a nice person. I okay. You know what it is? I don't think Shamia. I don't think Shamia wants to. Shamia. There are people. I think Shamia falls into that. I don't fall into. I don't fall into that category. Okay, be very fucking clear about it. I think Shamia one of those girls where she feel like she has to take the high road every time. Because there is no way, girl, you would have got me to say nothing nice about Portia. If I was Shamia, girl, I don't have nothing to say. Girl, good luck. Girl, good luck to her and that lesbian girl, I guess, girl. Okay. Girl, I don't have nothing to say. Of course, Shamia going a whole speech about she's happy for her and I want her to find love and be loved. And I put blah 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 blah. Girl, what Shamia should have said, bitch. If we gonna, because I'm gonna be, well, you know what I think, Andy. I think that it is kind of funny that Portia now is in a lesbian relationship when years ago she was in the pulpit condemning the LGBTQIA plus community. Y'all don't remember that? Y'all don't remember the video that resurfaced when Portia was in the pulpit condemning the LGBTQ and the whole time she was fighting her demons? That's what she should have said. Because Portia Loki tried to take it there with Shamia later on in the episode, talking about her and Shamia got into it. And Portia tried to throw out there when her and Shamia got into it. Um, Shamia basically said happy pride. And that's another thing about Shamia too. Shamia, girl, shut the fuck up. Just that's one thing I don't like about Shamia. Shamia, you too passive aggressive for me. Shamil, you do stuff, and then when you get called out on it, you want to start playing dumb and stupid. When you said happy pride to Portia in that interview, bitch, you were being funny. Yes, you were. I don't care what she say. You were being funny. So basically, long story short, Portia Shamil was doing a was doing an interview, and she had to go and she had to say nice. She had to say something about the housewives. And when it got to Portia, she said, "Happy Pride." I believe that Shamil was being funny. And it's okay. But bitch, just say it. And then Portia and her get into it, and Portia says that when she found out what Shamil said, she threw slight shade back. She wasn't trying to do what the fans were saying and calling her homophobic. Y'all see, that's it. See, that's the thing. Y'all, my mind worked different than some of the girls. I be clocking when the girls be trying to throw shit out there. It's a dog whistle. The fact that Portia is saying to Andy, she threw light shade back. That she threw light shade back, but she wasn't trying to do what the fans were saying and calling her homophobic. You can't say a motherfucking thing about nobody being homophobic because bitch, you was in a pulpit condemning the gays, and now we just found out you secretly eat pussy. You see what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck are you? But that's the shit that Portia does. And of course, the fans, the stands gonna act like what I'm saying don't make no motherfucking sense, and they know it's a goddamn truth. The fact that Portia was in a pulpit at church condemning the LGBTQ, and the whole time she was probably getting wet between her motherfucking legs when a bitch walked by says a lot. And now, fast forward, she's in a whole goddamn relationship with a woman. And the fact that Andy set his motherfucking ass on the stage as a goddamn gay man and didn't press her on that shit, ain't no way we would have moved on from that conversation. And now you're trying to do a dog whistle about calling Shamil homophobic when you were in the pulpit, my dear. You were in the pulpit. We don't have videos of no other bitch on the stage in the pulpit condemning the gays except for the one who's in a lesbian relationship right now. You were in the pulpit. So therefore, we're gonna question you. That's it. And that's what I be saying. Portia be getting off scot-free at these reunions. Because the shit that she should be pressed on, they don't press her on it. Anyways, okay. Andy brings up Ralph has primary custody. Drew says that she can't speak on it because she has a gag order. Girl, shut the fuck up. And she said, and at the point, she starts to talk basically say, it gets to a point where you just get tired of fighting. Girl, it gets to a point where the judge say, girl, you wasn't taking your kids to school. Now all of a sudden you got a gag order. Girl. Now you got a gag order. Gag order, let's talk about the order. Now you got a gag order. Now you got a gag order. And you can't talk about it. Well, guess what? I don't have one. And what they should have been saying across the other side of the couch. Well, guess what? Guess what, Mr. Drew, Mr. Andrew, Mr. Andy? I don't have a gag order. And I can tell you what they did say. They said that bitch wasn't taking her motherfucking kids to school. So while she was at my goddamn restaurant talking about the doors was locked, what she should have been worried about was getting her kids to school on time. While she was at my restaurant worried about the doors being locked, she should have been worried about Ralph locking her ass out the motherfucking house. That's exactly how them girls should have been wearing Drew the fuck out. Because I don't have no gag order, bitch. She got one. Baby, they wouldn't have had no choice but to say it. Because I would have kept saying the same thing over and over the whole reunion. I'm going to make sure y'all add this shit into the motherfucking final clip. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I said, okay, they really going easy on Drew. They really trying not to go there with Drew because they know it could get really, really nasty and dirty. That's why y'all need a bitch like Kenya Moore on the show, because Kenya Moore would have had court documents down to the reunion. That's why y'all that's why I say y'all girls don't have it in y'all. That's why y'all girls don't have it in y'all. Because Kenya Moore would have had court documents, girl, blown up on a motherfucking old. Kenya Moore would have had a bitch. Kenya Moore would have came down there with a whole motherfucking girl with the court documents blown up, girl, letting the girls know what the document said. Y'all already know how Kenya would have got down. Kenya would have had them court documents blown up, bitch, on big ass poster boards, highlighted, circled in red, bitch. Would have had Drew crying like she had Bang Bang crying. Bang Bang was talking all that shit. Fast forward, she's in the living room. Oh my god. Then she would have had Drew crying like she had Bang Bang crying. Bang Bang was talking all that shit. Girl, fast forward, girl, she's sitting in the living room crying. Oh my god. Why would she do this to me? Why would she do this to me? You were just talking about pilsons and whips last week. Girl, you were just talking about pilsons and whips last week. Now all of a sudden, girl, Ken got on your ass. Fast forward, you sit in the living room crying with your husband, girl, with your last girl, with that gay man. Talking, oh my God, why would you do this to me? I was just a child. Oh my God. Oh my God. But now. You were just talking shit last week. Talking about how you had pistols and whips for bitches like that. The girls want to play Am I the Drama, but can't sit in the villain seat. Bring Kenya back now. Right, right, right. The girls they really don't want to get that. They really don't want to get down and dirty the way that they could with some of the girls on the cast. Anyways, girl. Um, so Andy asked Portia what she thought about Ralph's post. So for those who don't know, because this wasn't on the show, Ralph made a post at the end of the divorce, or I can't remember, girl. He made a post basically tagging Dennis, and saying that Dennis was the one who connected him to the lawyer to help him basically like get custody of his kids or like, you know, whatever happened with the kids. He helped he tagged Dennis, and Andy wanted to know what Portia thought about Ralph tagging Dennis about basically low key saying that Dennis went through the same thing that I'm going through as far as like trying to see his kids. That's what the post basically was about. And so of course, Portia felt the way about it. She says that hold up. She said that Ralph can kiss her ass. And that Ralph tried to make it seem like Dennis had to fight for Pilar's time. And I put, girl, it probably did happen. Let me tell y'all something. One thing about it, two things for sure, three things for certain. I'm getting older, but my mind is still clicking and working real good. Like, okay, I don't put it past Portia trying to keep Dennis away from Pilar. I'm gonna tell you why. So if Ralph did say, no, not if Ralph did say that basically in the post that Portia that Dennis possibly was going through stuff with trying to see Pilar. We just saw you last season. Not season 1, not season 2, not season. We just saw you last season threaten Dennis to keep his daughter away from him if he filmed slash worked with Drew. So it ain't too far fetched that you have tried to keep Pilar away from Dennis. We're not gonna play that game. We just saw it last year. So do I believe Ralph when he says that Dennis went through the same stuff? Absolutely, because you just did it last year in that fucking Rolls Royce. Hello? Am I making this up? Y'all don't remember that? Y'all don't remember that? Y'all don't remember? Y'all don't remember? Y'all don't remember? Y'all don't remember? I might tell a joke, but I never tell a lie. Y'all don't remember? All right. So it ain't too far fetched. It ain't too far fetched. She probably did it because she did it last year. Y'all better go back and watch the episode. Y'all better go back and watch the episode. Hey, is Kelly jealous of Portia and the house and Portia's house? Girl, listen. We already talked about this. The reality is, can we just talk in reality, y'all? The reality is that was not Portia's house. It is now. Portia can do what the fuck she want to do with the house. It's the reason why just a few days ago it was reported, ooh, that means Dennis knows Drew is a deadbeat. It was just reported by TMZ the other day that Portia now has complete control over the house. She ain't got to get Simon's permission to do what she want to do with it. She can refinance it, sell it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. At the time, like the people have been saying, that was not Portia's house. Because if it was Portia's house, she could have been doing what she wanted to do with the house a long motherfucking time ago. Okay? I don't think that Kelly is jealous of Portia. I don't. I don't. I think that Kelly sometimes asks the questions that the viewers want to know. Now, at the end of the day, does it matter anymore? No. It's Portia's house. I guess if she want to set the motherfucker on fire, she can. If she want to sell it, she can. I don't know. Girl, it's Portia's house. But at the time, and that's exactly why Portia couldn't say that that is my house. All she could say was, I've been awarded the house. I've been awarded that. No, you were allowed to live in the house until a certain time. And when that time expired, you were going to have to decide, blah 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 blah. You were allowed to remain in the house But that's the reason why you couldn't say that was your house. When I'm awarded a house in a divorce, can the house be paid? Bitch, okay. When I'm awarded a house in a divorce, can the house be paid off? Girl, 'cause that's a lot. So I think, it is what it is. Um, Shout out to Portia. She got the house. I guess she's gonna try to sell the house. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. That's. I don't. I honestly don't know. I had said some months ago for the girls who are up and down. I can't be fair. I said maybe Portia is trying to get the house, so maybe she can sell the house, and then she'll make more money because now she's selling this $8 million house, right? I think that's the reason why she kicked her mama out of her house to sell it because Portia can't maintain that house. She got the house and that lien. I think that was the whole purpose of Portia selling her house now because she needed that money to maintain that house. Because Simon wasn't giving her the money, that spousal support. Hello. So I guess once all the debt is settled, the liens are taken care of, she sells a house, and I guess she's gonna pocket whatever she's gonna pocket. I don't know if Simon will still get a piece of the house. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But maybe Portia will come out with an extra million or two in her pocket. But like I said, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's her house now, right? But at the time, that was not her house, and that's just what it is. She was. They just gave her that. They is that not what TMZ said, y'all? Is that not what the people just said? So for everybody kept walking around talking, that's Portia's house. That was not Portia's house, girl. She just got the house, and that's exactly why at the reunion, even when Angela got him on there. I'm sorry, y'all. I think it is completely different. To me, this is what it was given to me. The right side of the couch, they were just having friendly, like, conversations amongst each other, giggling and laughing. The other side of the couch, you could tell that they had a meeting in the ladies' room and said, girl, we're gonna attack, 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 attack. When I tell you Angela would not shut up the entire reunion, girl, this ain't even got nothing to do with you. Why are you hopping in to defend Portia when it comes to Kelly? Portia don't need your assistance. You look like the lapdog that I've been saying that Angela looks like. You don't need to jump in. You're doing the same thing that Drew would do. I mean, that Shamil would do. And Drew. Why she gonna sell the house and start talking about spirits and needing to start? Come on. Why she gonna sell the house and start talking about spirits and needing to start fresh? You know she is. I felt like it was a different energy from the right side of the couch. They were just talking shit, like laughing and giggling. When like the other side, especially Drew and Angela, just kept hopping into the arguments. Girl, why are you? This ain't even got nothing to do with you. Then Angela said something about it's something, I guess, saying Portia's name is on the deed. Was it really? Because Portia never said that. Anyway, shout out to Portia. She got her house. Um. Andy asked Phaedra about what she said about Portia, Divine 2027. Divine 2027. All right. Okay. Portia, uh, Andy asked Phaedra what she said about Portia. She got the money for the pussy, got the pussy for the money. Phaedra says that no one would. She says that she knows Portia Mason ain't date no broke person. No person in their right mind would. Phaedra, you full of shit because the fact of the matter is Portia threatened Angela into submission. She's scared she's gonna screw Charles. Bitch, bitch, okay. Um, let's just call a thing a thing. Phaedra, you have been calling Portia a whore in your confessionals at least twice, even before you even made that comment. And that's just what it is. That ain't no alleged. Go back and watch. I think the first two episodes in the confessional. I think they not. I think either the first two or three. Either it was episode 1 and 2 or 2 and 3. I can't remember. But it was at the beginning of the season. Phaedra made mention of Portia being a whore in her confessionals. That was a bullshit answer that Phaedra gave. Um, Phaedra and Portia both dated Mike. Phaedra said she told Portia. Andy says that would have been interesting to hear during the season. Let me tell you, then K Michelle and Portia get into it. We just gonna I'm still not changing my mind on this. Um the same way that Phaedra felt the need to tell Portia, hey girl, just FYI, I did date Mike. And we know that Phaedra and Portia didn't even see each other. Phaedra and Portia do not fuck with each other like that. Go and watch last season when Phaedra finally came back to the show. Listen to what Portia said. Portia basically said, I haven't seen Phaedra in years. Go back and watch. Go back and watch. And Phaedra still felt the need to tell Portia, hey girl, just an FYI, I did date Mike. Now, whether they fucked, sucked, ate, she got a pussy ate out, I don't know. I don't know what happened, if anything happened between Mike and Phaedra, but she let it be known that she dated Mike. I'm with K Michelle, 100%. It is weird. I don't give a fuck if I am married. If you are lying up with someone, if I if I'm dating a guy and I find out that the person who I am building a friendship with, they were also involved with the same man, I would let them know. Oh, hey girl, just FYI, girl, I didn't know you dated that nigga. Blah blah blah. I'm talking to him now. It ain't that big of a deal. It's not that serious. Because what happens if you get in a serious relationship with this person and we have now also remained friends? And then you knock on my door one night and say, "Oh, hey girl, this is Rodney." Oh. Y'all see what I'm saying? You land up talking about me with because from what I don't even want to get into the whole Nosh and interview because at this point it don't even matter because it wasn't even on the show. Basically, K Michelle and Portia were both trying to girl basically plot and plan behind each other's back. That's really what it come down to. Portia was supposedly talking about not talking about, but I think she was basically letting Nosh know that K Michelle was a part of the cast. So she was having conversations with Nosh about, I guess, the people on the show. Um, Phaedra is playing the long game with Portia. She hasn't forgiven her for repeating that lie on camera that got her fired. She's playing it safe for now. Thank you, Angie. Um, so it is weird that Portia, you're having conversations about this woman who you're building a friendship with, but in the same breath, you don't think that it's a need to tell her that you're talking to the nigga who she used to talk to. But you're literally talking to this nigga about the woman who you're building a friendship with. It doesn't matter that K Michelle is married. What if you and Nosh um, become serious? When would you tell K Michelle, just say FYI, girl, I didn't know you fucked with the nigga, girl, but just put out the girl. I'm talking to Nosh now. It's not that big of a deal. It's really not. I remember my friend, hello, and I fucked the same nigga. You really think my friend didn't tell me he fucked the same nigga I had fucked? Or do you think he told me? What do you think? No, this is a real life story. This is real life. This is not no makeup. This is not no pretend. Do you think that my friend fucked the same nigga after I fucked him? You don't think he told me he fucked the nigga that I fucked too? Because whether you're building a friendship or in a friendship, once you find out it's something you just put out there, hey girl, just a FYI, I'm talking to the nigga who you talk to. Hey girl, I didn't know that you fooled with that nigga named Nosh. I was over there talking to him the other night. He was asking me about the show. I told him, girl, it's a girl named Pinky. It's a girl named K Michelle. He said, K Michelle, I used to talk to K Michelle. And I said, oh, I didn't know that. That's all Portia had to do. Girl, I wasn't even really talking about you like that. I was just telling him who was on the show. And when I mentioned your name that you were on the show, girl, he told me he dated you. I didn't know he dated you. So I'm just letting you know now because we're building a friendship that your name did come up in conversation with Nosh, but it wasn't like that. You said that's like I don't. That's how my mind works. I'm not saying that it don't matter no more because Portia not with the nigga, but you never knew where that relationship could go. So when would you tell K Michelle, the person who you building a friendship with and a nigga who you talking to? When do you tell K Michelle, oh yeah, I'm fucking a nigga who used to date? Portia kept deflecting from pillow talk with Nosh. Now I think she did it on purpose. Because Nosh called K Michelle. I think K Michelle called Nosh. I forgot. They were talking on the phone. I think K Michelle called Nosh and said the girls are plotting against me. And Nosh told K Michelle, well, just a FYI, Portia. So then I think K Michelle wanted Nosh to come on the show. Because I think at that point she thought Portia was up to no good. I can't remember. We talked about this before. I can't remember the whole detail. Like I said, it wasn't even on the show. We shouldn't even be talking about it right now, honestly, because it don't even fucking matter because it ain't got nothing to do with the show. It kind of does because she mentioned it on the show, but you know, it didn't go. They didn't go into detail about it on the show. So if you didn't watch the interview, you really don't know what's going on. So my bad, girl. Yeah, I just think I'm just a person that's gonna tell. It's not that deep to me. I'm not gonna stop talking to the nigga because I didn't know you was talking to him, but I will let you know, girl, I'm talking to the nigga who you fucked. That's it. And girl, you over there, and you know I talked to the nigga because he done you over there telling him I'm on the cast. So clearly, you know I talked to the nigga, but instead of you, but that I'm sorry, y'all, that Portia just moves in a grimy, slimy way to me. The same way that Phaedra felt the need to tell her, and y'all don't fuck with each other like that, is the same way Portia should have told K Michelle. I don't see what the fucking difference is. If Phaedra felt the need to tell Portia, hey girl, just an FYI, and the gag is, you know what the gag is? Don't nobody even believe Portia and Faye. Don't nobody even believe Phaedra and Mike was a real storyline. Everybody think that shit was for TV. She never said she didn't know. She never said she didn't know. Said it. She's married now. Come on now, she did. So the fact that Phaedra still felt the need to tell Portia about Mike and all the viewers thought that that was a fake storyline, that even proves my point even more that if Phaedra said it, you should have said it too. Because that's what people do. Anyways, girl, they start. Girl, I didn't know who the. Girl, I did not know this until I got. That's what. Girl, half of this shit, girl, wasn't even mentioned on the show. K Michelle and K Michelle, Portia starts to mock K Michelle's accent. Portia looks dumb because I will fuck up somebody's name, maybe mispronounce a word, but I can't be in a battle with someone and read someone and I mispronounce a word. And I'm trying to make fun of the way that you talk. You see what I'm saying? Portia's making fun of the way that K Michelle talks and she's mispronouncing words on the goddamn stage. Word on the goddamn stage. How are you trying to make fun of K Michelle in the way that she speaks and you're mispronouncing words? How are you trying to make fun of the way that K Michelle speaks and you're on the stage talking about I'm just trying to reiterate. But you're trying to make fun of the way that she speaks in the moment, trying to be cute, and you're talking about, I'm just trying to reiterate. That was a, I'm sorry, that don't even go. It's one thing if Portia was down to YouTube talking shit, right? But girl, you trying to get me together and trying to be funny in front of the classroom and make fun of my accent. And girl, you talking about reiterate. K Michelle says that I didn't they girl I don't know how Carlos King because I was that girl ugh. Carlos King some I didn't even know this was about Carlos King. I swear to God I didn't. I didn't know I didn't even it didn't even so basically K Michelle and Portia started going back and forth. And I Portia did an interview with Carlos King. I don't know anything about I didn't watch the interview, so I don't know. And I guess K Michelle was basically saying that girl, I didn't even say nothing that bad, but you basically let him walk you into some bullshit. And then they started going back and forth, and Portia was like, I can't be led in interviews like you new girls. I'm sorry, it was falling flat for me. Portia. K Michelle is not a new girl. K Michelle probably been more famous than you. K Michelle is more famous than you. Okay? Y'all be having the game fucked up when it comes to housewives. You literally are called Bravo celebrities for a reason. Because Bravo doesn't even consider you a real celebrity. K Michelle is not a new girl. And the fact that people kind of go up for like she's not new. And then the reality is, girl, Portia sitting here really talking about all of y'all like you new girls. Who's new girls? Girl, girl. And then she says, I don't know, girl. They start going back and forth, and Portia starts saying, I've lived. Girl, I don't know. They start going back and forth. Portia says she's lived. Hey, Michelle says something about her living. And then Portia says, like your body. But you can tell K Michelle did not want to go there. Because K Michelle, go back and watch. K Michelle, when Portia mentioned K Michelle's body, K Michelle stopped. And I don't think K Michelle was really trying to go there with Portia. She said, oh, okay. You need to close your door. Oh, bitch. Bitch, you could tell K Michelle really didn't want to go there with Portia. Because Portia said, because K Michelle said, okay. Oh, girl. Bitch. You could tell K Michelle did not want to go there with Portia. She, but I think that with Portia, that's why K Michelle, girl, you got to be ready because these girls, I don't think Portia ate her up. I don't think Portia ate her up. I don't think so. I think K Michelle ate Portia up. When she said close your glory hole, girl, I'm sorry, y'all. I have never heard a bitch on Real Housewives of Atlanta call somebody, girl, a glory hole. I have not seen anybody on Real Housewives, period, girl, refer to another woman as a glory hole. Bitch, I ain't never heard nobody say that another woman was a glory hole. Bitch, bitch, I'm sorry. Bitch, I'll keep when I tell the baby where I cackle, bitch, I ain't never heard nobody call another woman a glory hole. I ain't never heard it. Bitch, bitch, this is what I do know though. This is what I do know. Prior to K Michelle and Portia getting into it, and everybody got in any way, any and everybody get a turn. I know that's right. Girl, I've never heard that before. Girl, I know what a glory hole is, okay? But what I'm saying is, I've never heard anybody refer to somebody as a glory hole on the Real Housewives. And I could tell that when I could tell that K Michelle had Portia pissed off because prior to K Michelle and Portia getting into it, Portia was kikiing and cackling the whole time. Go back and watch after K Michelle and Portia got into it, how everything about Portia's demeanor and facial expressions changed. Girl, shout out to the diva. She posted this. Um, she posted this on Twitter. This Portia face. K Michelle whacked Peach Bottom like Kenya did seasons 5 through 7. Peach Bottom was nervous and frustrated. She really was. Look at this. This is Portia face. This Portia face. This who she looked like. That's hard. Bitch, Portia went from Kiki and cackling to bitch evil at that motherfucking reunion. Y'all better go back and watch it, baby. K Michelle had Portia hot. K Michelle had Portia hot. Girl. Yeah. So, anyways, and then K Michelle tells Portia, go be the star that you are not. She tells K Michelle, she tells Portia, close your mouth, close your mouth. Wait, close that mouth that all those things come up in. We know about you. Hold on. Yes, we got 1,012 people in the live. Y'all go ahead and like the hit the button. Thank y'all so much. Anyways, girl. So yeah, K Michelle and Portia got into it, girl. That was over it. The girls were saying that K Michelle wasn't doing nothing but doing what the other girls do about Portia when they slut shame her. Girl, y'all quick to move the line. Y'all be so impressed. So the girls can talk about K Michelle's body that most of us already knew about, but that's a read. But K Michelle talking about Portia being a glory hole, that's not a read. So it is a read when they say something about Portia's when they say something about K Michelle's body. And can we just call a thing a thing? You know what? I said I was gonna be nice tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Portia can't say nothing about nobody's body. You done already told us your whole titty exploded. Like what the fuck are y'all talking about? That's what I be saying. I really be trying to bite my tongue down here because I don't want to be the gay man down here saying certain shit, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Portia can't talk about nobody's body leaking. You told us your whole motherfucking titty exploded. What the fuck are you talking about? So you can say what you want to say about K Michelle's body and her ass. Your titty bust open, bitch. Like what are we talking about? Like what are we talking about? Do you tell us your titty was leaking? Did you just sit down in the nail shop and tell us your whole motherfucking titty exploded, imploded, bust open? So what are y'all talking about, girl? I'ma shut up. So Kay and Caston. Kay is, I've always felt this way. Y'all know I love Kay Michelle, but Kay gives me, Kay definitely gives me, girl, she's harder for a man. Ugh. But can I talk? Can I have some kitchen table talk? Even though I was looking at K Michelle like, ooh, girl. But K Michelle only just saying the quiet part out loud. K Michelle basically says that her and Cassie will never break up. She says she's not letting some strokes break them up. She basically says that if she chooses to have surgery, and I'm paraphrasing, but she basically said that if she chooses to have surgeries and her man needs basically to bust a nut, then who is she to try to stop him? Because she can't give him what he wants in that moment. I said, "Oh, girl, what the fuck?" However, can I say something? Why I on one end of the stick, I said, "K Michelle look and sound real stupid," but on the other side of the stick, is she really saying something that girl ain't that's really just that's so far fetched? No, because the reality is most women don't let a few strokes get in between them and their man. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? If we're gonna be honest, K Michelle is really just why it sounds crazy. K Michelle ain't saying no shit that girl that don't happen. The only difference is K Michelle is just saying it out loud, like I ain't leaving my nigga if he cheat on me. The other bitch is just gonna stay. Y'all don't let a few strokes get in between you and your nigga either. Open a relationship, just don't spend her money. Right, that's all I'm saying. The girls are doing it now, they just don't say it. That's all I'm saying. K Michelle is just saying it out loud. But the reality is, can we just say it? No? Most it ain't no most women who get cheated on stay. That ain't no opinion. That's just a fact. Most women who get cheated on with a few strokes, they stay. And don't bring marriage and kids into it. They definitely not going nowhere. So what the fuck K Michelle saying ain't no different than how girls move any fucking ways. It's just a simple fact the girl ain't there. Angela stayed with her husband. Drew stayed with hers when she said he went to Tampa. Hello? Melody stayed with hers and got pregnant. Hello? The girls be staying. The girls be staying and having more babies. The girls be staying and having more babies. I re- I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I have more respect for a woman like K Michelle who approaches the situation and just says for what the fuck it is than girls who like to live in la la land. The only thing I will say with K Michelle that she needs to go ahead and just say, girl, you in an open relationship. It is what it is. You know, the girls don't be wanting to say their relationships are open. Hey Michelle, baby, you in an open relationship. That's just what it is. Instead of this is what happens with people in relationships. Y'all get with these niggas, they cheat, you act the fool, cry, cut up, stay with them. Hey Michelle just skipping over that and just saying, girl, if he cheat, girl, I'm not leaving, he not leaving me. That's it. I'm not staying. I can't do infidelity. But maybe it's different for poor folks. LOL. She just saying the shit out loud. She not skipping around it. Now this is for me. I'm not staying. I'm not now for me. I'm not staying. Now that's for me. I'm not staying. But I also know too that the girls don't be leaving. That's why when I was down, when I be down here talking about love and marriage Huntsville, as much as I talk shit about Tisha and Marceau, how many times have I told y'all if I was Tisha what I would tell the girls online? She can write more. She can write more, sing, and make more money. Okay. I would have told Tisha, like I told Tisha, girl, I would tell y'all I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna do the same thing that y'all did. Stay with my trifling ass, cheating ass man, the same way y'all stay with y'all trifling ass, cheating ass man. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere like you ain't went nowhere. I'm not going nowhere like Kimmy ain't went nowhere. I ain't going nowhere like Melody didn't go no fucking where. I'm not going nowhere. So the same way you didn't leave your motherfucking cheating ass nigga, I'm not leaving mine either. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. I'm not going nowhere like Beyonce ain't going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere like your mama ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere like you ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere like your sister ain't went nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. So, girl, I don't care what the fuck you say. You didn't leave your man, I ain't leaving mine either. That's what the girls be on anyways. Just go ahead and just say it. I be telling y'all I'm the realest motherfucker on YouTube. Y'all don't like when I come down here and tell y'all the truth. But the girls ain't going nowhere. You can talk about K Michelle all day long, but she just saying the shit that y'all already doing anyways. Girl, Heavenly already told y'all if daddy cheat on her, he didn't do it on purpose. Dr. Heavenly already told y'all that bitch if daddy cheat, baby, he ain't do it on purpose. It was on accident. Heavenly said she not leaving and he didn't mean to do it. That's exactly what Dr. Jackie ain't went nowhere. Dr. Jackie stayed right with her nigga, and he was walking a bitch through the busiest airport in the world, bitch. Y'all heard what the fuck I just said? Dr. Jackie didn't leave her motherfucking trifling ass husband, and he embarrassed her for the world to see. Baby, he embarrassed that lady and was walking some trollop in the busiest airport. And do you hear what the fuck I just said, bitch? Curtis is 10 feet tall. Can't even blend in with society if he tried to. Stuffing infamil. Okay, bitch. Stuffing infamil in the cabins. Okay, talking about he can't drink regular milk. Girl, I love that. Y'all know I love Dr. Heavenly, girl. Dr. Heavenly said, girl, I asked her about, I asked her was girl, did he have a baby, honey? Y'all need to go check my interview out I did with Dr. Heavenly, girl. I asked her questions that people wanted to know. Them the only interviews I want to do. I'm not doing that's been my one and only interview. Because I'm not doing the interview. If you get on the phone and tell me, girl, this is off limits, well, the interview is off limits too. Because bitch, the stuff that you don't want me to ask is the stuff that the people want to know. Girl, the people want to know that your husband got a baby. Who was that mixed baby? Who was that mixed baby that Contessa was talking about? Girl, was it your husband, baby? Because the people say, girl, we saw some infamil in your cabinets. And we trying to figure out who that infamil belonged to. And Dr. Heavenly told me I can ask what I want to ask. So that's exactly what she told me. I'm not gonna go into all our conversation, but girl, she told me I can ask her whatever I want to ask her. She told me, girl, if I don't want to talk about it, I tell y'all that none of y'all goddamn business. That's what she told me. She told me you can ask me whatever you want to ask me, and if I don't want to answer, I tell y'all that ain't none of your goddamn business. That's exactly what she told me. She told me before we went live, girl, you can ask me what you want to ask me. Ain't nothing off limits. If it ain't none of your business, I tell you ain't none of y'all goddamn business. That's what she told me. I said, all right. Baby, all she had to do was tell me once, baby. Okay. That's what she said. She said, I will tell you it ain't none of y'all goddamn business. That's what she told me. That's what she said. And I said, okay. Anyways, girl, Shamia, shut the fuck up. I like Shamia, I do, but Shamia be so late to me. Ugh. Shamia be so late. Shamia be late. Shamia be late. Shamia be late. So Shamia then brings up Drew saying that K Michelle be leaking. K Michelle, Drew said that 3 hours ago, bitch. Why are you not bringing? That's what I'm saying. So Shamia brings up Drew saying, throwing shade at K Michelle at the beginning of the reunion, saying that K Michelle be leaking. Shamia. I don't know if somebody told you, girl, you ain't talking a lot. You need to say something. I just remember saying, like, Shamia, I literally put Shamia, shut the fuck up. I literally wrote that down. Shamia, STFU. Shamia, shut the fuck up. I didn't like Shamia's hair or her makeup. That dress was something gorgeous. Shamia, why are you bringing this up 4 hours into the reunion? Girl, shut up. Um, K Michelle, so Andy asked her basically like about the comment that Drew made. And K Michelle said that she made it a point. Listen to what K Michelle said. K Michelle said she made it a point that when she would talk to Drew today, there would be certain things that I wouldn't speak on. And then Drew said, well, you've already said everything. K Michelle said, no, I definitely haven't said everything. No, I definitely haven't said everything. It's been very surface with us. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Girl, they was really low, they was really saving Drew. K Michelle said that before I walked in here today, I said that there will be certain things I wouldn't speak on. And then Drew says, well, you've already said everything. And then K Michelle said, no, I definitely haven't said everything. Because I definitely haven't talked about you losing custody of your motherfucking children. I definitely haven't talked about you having to pay that nigga child support. I definitely haven't talked about how the judge said you and look JoJo got to be at that motherfucking house by May the 31st. I definitely haven't talked about how you said you couldn't afford to find no place for you and your son to lay your motherfucking head. I ain't really talked about nothing, if we gonna be honest. I ain't talked about how you had to vacate the marital home and that's Ralph's house now. I ain't talked about nothing. I really ain't really just went there with you, girl. No, I haven't talked about everything at all. But we can talk about everything if you want to. But I haven't talked about everything. I don't like Andy as a host. Andy letting too much shit slide. I don't like Andy. Andy like to play favorites. It's too many girls on the cast. Baby, baby, y'all better be glad. Baby, them hoes. When I tell you, baby, they would be calling me all types of punks and faggots. Because baby, I would be on all their asses. Baby, they would have. Baby, the way I would have been on everybody's ass at their reunion. Everybody would have been getting their wig tugged on. Cause ain't no way. Ain't no way. We'll addressing some shit today. Um, K Michelle talked about her surgeries. She says that the show is something she needed, this experience to help her socialize with women. And she says she's healed. She says that she says she's healed, but she's not. Um, and because she removes herself out of situations, that doesn't make her react. That doesn't take away from the fact that she's not healed. Phaedra says that Kay has PTSD and that she's misunderstood. Um, she says watching it back that she would change everything and allow for things to take place instead of trying to get in front of them. I said that. I said that when Kay was at that table, I said Kay looked real crazy. Oh, when she was crying, I said Kay looking real crazy. And I also remember saying, I wish Kay Michelle would let shit play out. What Kay Michelle was trying to do was get in front of the stories. She's letting these people, probably the producers, tell her stuff. She paranoid as fuck. And so now I can only say so much. You see what I'm saying? Instead of K Michelle just letting it play out, now I come downstairs and I burst out crying at the breakfast table. She said that she wouldn't have listened to what outsiders were telling her. Portia started huffing and puffing. She said, "What are you huffing and puffing about?" Portia says that until Phaedra came on, she didn't have a friend on the show. She said until Phaedra came on, she didn't have a friend on the show. and she felt like Kay was a fresh start. Let me say this. Do I believe that do I believe that Portia and Phaedra approached their friendship absolutely the wrong way? Yes. Both of them. It's hard when you're on this show for any of the girls to trust each other because they're not friends. And that's just what it comes down to. Because the reality is, y'all do be plotting and planning behind each other's backs. And just because K Michelle is not telling people who told her what, that don't take away that it could have been a plot. And the thing that nobody is wanting to say is that they're talking about Jason Lee. And Phaedra supposedly calling Jason Lee and trying to find out some dirt on K Michelle. So when they ask K Michelle, who is this plotation? Who trying to say stuff? K Michelle basically says bloggers, but then she says Nosh and like a hairstylist. So now it again looks like K Michelle is not really wanting to say what it is. But I also believe, I don't know if this is the truth, but I also believe that it was producers too. The thing that I don't like about this whole plotation situation is how so many viewers, whether they are down to Instagram or in the comment section, whatever your platform is, are so quick to try to dismiss what K Michelle is saying because she hasn't said a name. Got my stomach growling. Because she hasn't said a name. That don't mean shit. Because if production told her she can't say a name. And the reality is, stop trying to act like plots don't happen on this show. When we just saw last year on the reunion where Portia said that she was on the phone with Kenya Summer Moore trying to figure out a way how they were going to put that information about Bang Bang on the motherfucking show. That is what Portia said out of her mouth at the reunion last year. And I don't think anybody caught that except for probably me. And I came and I said, y'all don't hear what Portia said? That she was on the phone with Kenya and they were trying to come out, figure out a way how to put that information out there about Britt Edie. Me too, Drew. I'm glad you were able to have a peaceful recovery undisturbed by your own children since Ralph is a custodial parent. Ow! And Drew had something to do with it, according to Portia. But now all of a sudden, all the viewers, all the YouTubers and podcasters and space people want to get down to the internet acting as if girl plots don't happen because K Michelle didn't say a name. That means it can't be real. Bitch, y'all just heard Giselle down to the motherfucking Potomac girl trying to bring on a rumor about Monique's son's paternity. What the fuck y'all talking about? Y'all can't believe or don't know or can't understand or you don't believe. What? The plots happen all the time. It just happened last season. And if we're going to be honest about it, Phaedra still ain't said no fucking name or who she said was going to told her that Candy and Ty was going to take Portia back to a sex dungeon and rape her. She still ain't said a name. And all y'all got down to the internet talking about it was Carlos King. If we gonna go ahead and put it out there, Portia still ain't said a name on who the fuck Kelly was supposed to be fucking the preacher. She was in love with a preacher, man. Girl, she still ain't said no motherfucking name. And how many people got down to the internet talking about, well, I believe it, because look how mad Kelly got. Look at Kelly's reaction. She ain't said no motherfucking name. So when the fuck did y'all care about names? Girl, get on my face. Anyways. So, hello. Hello? Right. Um, they start talking about they start talking about K Michelle and her tweeting. K Michelle is a girl who goes down to Twitter and she tweets everything. They start pulling up tweets from 2016 just to basically show a montage of K Michelle basically being a girl who goes down to Twitter. Portia in the miscarriage. I don't believe that Portia really had any ill intent. Again, K Michelle was just paranoid a lot this season. Um, I don't think Portia meant anything when she mentioned, "Did you have a miscarriage?" And if we're gonna be honest, girl, Portia literally asked her in that scene, um, "Girl, do you want to talk? No, girl, you know we ain't got to talk about." And she said, "Yeah." Now I don't think she knew that Portia was gonna mention a miscarriage, but again, I don't think Portia meant anything. I don't. I really don't. Andy tells K Michelle basically stop taking your ass down to Twitter. I'm assuming he meant because K Michelle tweets like she's in the confessional, which I guess could give stuff away. Um, Kelly be coming for Portia so hard because she gets her info from Shamia. Girl, that is not the truth. That's not the truth. Can I say something? Can I say something? This is no shade. I say this with all the love. I think what happens sometimes on this show, people on Twitter, people say one thing, and I think that people just take it and run with it. Because the reality is, y'all tell me one thing that Kelly has said that we did not know. Kelly ain't said nothing about Portia that we already were not privy to or that were already not in the blogs or the streets. So I think that when people say, oh, Shamia is feeding Kelly stuff, what has Kelly said that we didn't know that you would say Shamia told Kelly? Tell me what has Kelly said that we didn't know that it had to have come from Shamia. Tell me one thing that Kelly has said that would have to have come from Shamia because we didn't know. Hey, cousin, did you see how flattered Portia was when Kelly mentioned Drew was her lap dog? LOL. Yes, she got excited. Especially when she said she was 45 in the standard. Right. And if that's the case, if Kelly is giving Shamia information, then wouldn't that mean that Portia is giving Angela information? Because the shit that Angela be saying, we ain't never heard of before. So if Portia if Shamia is feeding Kelly information and she ain't saying shit but Portia fuck Africans, then wouldn't that mean that Portia is feeding Angela information? Oh no, never mind. It don't work that way. I forgot. Never mind. Anyways, um, yeah, Andy tells Shamia, I mean tells Kelly, I mean tells K Michelle to stop going down to Twitter with the tweeting. I'm assuming because again, K Michelle tweets like she's in the confessional, and I guess that could ruin the show. I don't know. I don't know. Andy, shut the fuck up, because all them bitches be down on Twitter. Like, girl, shut up. That's what I be saying. Like the reality is the same way K Michelle go down to Twitter and talk shit. Baby Portia was just down to Twitter talking shit the other day. The same way y'all get in the confessional talk. I mean, the same way y'all get down to the internet talking about, oh girl, Kelly's scared of Kelly scared of Portia, K Michelle scared of Portia, she a confessional gangster. You literally just had Portia down to the internet, girl, talking about Shamia and Gerald. When girl, you had the whole season to say what you needed to say, Nene. But now you on the internet in your house talking shit about Gerald and Shamia. Why did you say this there season 16? God, shut up. But the only ones who scared over here. Um. So yeah, I'm assuming he just meant that K Michelle is giving away the show. I'm assuming that's what he meant. I'm assuming. I don't know, girl. Andy asks Kay, does she feel like she rushed into making friends with the ladies and didn't give the other ladies a chance? And I put wrong. Can we just call a thing a thing? Just say that K Michelle didn't come in kissing Portia's ass, and that's why y'all keep saying that K Michelle chose Shamia, Pinky, and Kelly. That's another girl. I'm so we talking real plain tonight. It be so much groupthink happening down to Twitter. It is absolutely sad. The fact that y'all have now somehow come up with some lie that K Michelle didn't get to know the other ladies and has a problem. What ladies does K Michelle have a problem with? Let's just break it down. At the time, she don't have a problem with Phaedra. She don't have a problem with Angela. She don't have a problem with Kelly. She don't have a problem with Pinky. She didn't until recently have a problem with Shamia. So what ladies are y'all trying to put on it that K Michelle didn't get to know? The only two that she was having a problem with was Portia and Drew. She literally just told us that her and Angela talk outside of the group. Remember when her, Charles, Angela, and Caston met up with that sex therapist, whatever the fuck she was? So that's another lie that the people continue to push because it makes K Michelle look like she's problematic and she don't get along with the ladies. When the reality is K Michelle actually was getting along with all of the ladies except at one point Portia and Drew. That's it. So even when Andy asked this question as if K Michelle don't fuck with the other couch, that's a lie. Because the only two that she don't get along with on the other couch would have been Portia and Drew. So what are you talking about, Miss Andy? What do y'all be talking about down in the comment section? Um, Drew, you know what I don't like. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't like the fact that the housewives could ask each other questions. It's dumb. It's stupid, bitch. The housewives are there filming from 8 a.m. until wherever y'all in. They don't need to write in or write a question on a piece of paper to the other housewives. This is exactly why y'all need to stop filming the reunion so early. Because why are you wasting space and time where a viewer could be asking a question and giving it to a housewife? When girl, they're literally sitting on stage asking each other questions during the entire reunion. Either y'all really ain't got nothing to talk about, or either y'all knew all the questions were for K Michelle, Shamia, and Kelly. Catch that T. Can we just go ahead and call it for what it is? Yeah, all the questions were for K Michelle, Shamia, and Kelly. And so now y'all have to kind of try to balance it out. Can y'all ask the other questions? Y'all have throw a question in there. We're gonna put a question in for you because really and truly, all the motherfucking questions are for K Michelle, Shamia, and Kelly. Because the fact of the matter is, y'all asses shouldn't even be here. This really could be a special with this couch. Can we just call a thing a thing? I clocked that shit as soon as I started asking. I said, "Oh, I said, okay, girl, this is dumb. Y'all really don't have enough questions from the viewers. All the questions from the viewers are for fucking K Michelle, and so now y'all playing this fucking game all of a sudden to have the other housewives ask the housewives a question. What the fuck? This is dumb. So then one of the questions was for Drew. Drew says, what was the intention of telling Kay the other ladies didn't want to be friends with her, which could influence someone's perception? And this is why I be telling y'all the producers like to play in the viewers' faces, and a lot of the viewers fall for it every time. Bitch, I don't. The producers then play a clip of K Michelle meeting up with Pinky and showing K Michelle saying, I hope you just be loyal to me because none of my friends want me to be your friends. So if this is your first time watching the show, you would think that Drew asking that question about Shamia supposedly feeding information to K Michelle is about the group of women on the show. And then with the editors playing a small clip of the sit down with Pinky and K Michelle, it would back up why Drew is asking what she's asking. When the fact of the matter is, bitch, that was a whole conversation that got to do with Candy and Rashida. And that is the type of game they play down to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Hey! And that's why the girls don't be liking me, because I be calling out the fuck shit and I don't hop on board with the other girls and boys. I know fuck shit when I know fuck shit. K Michelle and I already sat down and had a whole conversation with Pinky on camera about that conversation and how that had to do with Candy. And then Drew turns around and asks a question as if that was really about them, knowing damn well it was about Candy and Rashida. But the viewers who don't like K Michelle will still get down to Twitter and act as if Drew just said some shit, and it goes to show that, oh my God, Shamia is feeding the girls information when that don't have nothing to do with not one bitch in a motherfucking building. And then the producers add a clip to back up what Drew was saying. And everybody knows who watched the show that ain't got nothing to do with shit on the goddamn show. But that's how they want to paint the picture. It's the editing. Hey, girl, girl. And then at the end of the day, girl, K Michelle and Shamia about to get into it. It went off. Girl, we'll talk about it next week. K Michelle and Shamia, they about to get into it. And yeah, he stopped them right then and there because Cynthia is about to come out. So I stopped right then and there too because we could just pick up next week um with K Michelle and um Shamia. It was a stupid ass question because the question didn't have nothing to do with the group. That that makes it a lie. Because you're using a scenario that has nothing to do with this group of women. You're trying to paint the scenario that Shamia has told K Michelle something that has to do with these women and that it affected her perception of these women. And that is not the truth. That is a bona fide lie. That is a lie. That was a story about Candy and Rashida. It had nothing to do with Portia, Phaedra, Drew, Pinky, Angela, none of them. It didn't. So, anyways, yeah, that's it, y'all. That's all I really had to talk about. Like I said, really wasn't a lot going on. It was too much over talking for me, if we're gonna be honest. Um, but she didn't though. But she didn't because K Michelle literally said the names of who the story was involved with. K Michelle literally said that it was Candy. Did she say Candy? Oh, no, no, I just told a lie. I don't know if she said Candy. She said Candy Coded Click. I think that's what she said. That's how we knew it was about Candy. So K Michelle didn't lead us to believe anything except that it was about Candy. She literally said Candy Coded Click in the confessional. There's no way that you watched that scene and heard Candy Coded Click and then somehow figured that Shamia was talking about Drew or Portia or Phaedra or Angela or who else? Girl, Kelly, Pink. Like, there's no way you took that from that. So like, what are we talking about? Just say the question was bullshit. It wasn't right. It was dumb. And it had nothing to do with the group of ladies. But instead, y'all want to fuss, fight, and argue about some shit that you know didn't happen because you don't want to say that bitch they was wrong. Girl. Anyways, girl, stop. Girl, you know the girls start playing real like they don't be knowing. They heard K Michelle say, "Ain't nobody worried about no candy coated click." And then the girl still be like, "No, she wasn't just trying. She was trying to. She was this. She was in big. She was that." Girl, you heard her say candy coated click. What are we talking about? Like, do y'all even watch the show? Girl, no shade. Do y'all watch the show? Or do y'all go by the most popular opinions on Twitter? I feel like that's what some people do, honestly. I feel like some people I do believe that. I do believe people don't watch the show and they go by the most popular opinions on Twitter. Just like they went by the most popular opinions about Kelly, and then somehow they now the conversation has twisted. When I tell you, girl, it is insane. Like that's what the girls do. Now the girls are now saying now somehow Kelly and now Marlo is getting dragged into about who got the best fashions. Girl. Mm-hmm. If it I feel I wanna be alone. I know y'all do not like that Victoria Monet song. I love it, bitch. And reach out, bitch. When I say I love the song in the video, oh, but the girls can't stand it though. I love it. You know the girls say that the girls say they don't like tag. Remember, girl, you know the girls move the line. Not everybody loved the fact that Caleb was getting tag team at the reunion. But girl, just the other day they got pissed off and they said that Kelly and K Michelle was tag teaming Portia at Phaedra's house. I thought y'all said y'all didn't like tag teams. Girl, that's what the girls be lying. And even though K Michelle and Kelly wasn't even tag teaming Portia at all, baby, Kelly just saw what is it called? A doorway she could go through real fast and take a dig at Portia, and the girls was like, why Kelly jumping in? Ain't got nothing to do with her. As if Kelly didn't have her own separate beef with Portia. But now the girls love a tag team. That's why I said the girls be lying, girl. They always love the tag team. I thought, okay, the line is always moving. Because if you go back and watch that scene with Kelly and with Kelly and K Michelle, girl, they wasn't tag teaming Faith. That wasn't tag teaming Portia. Oh, and then Angela mentioned something about somebody named Gary. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. You know what I don't like? I don't like when stuff is introduced to the reunions and we don't know what they be talking about. I hate that. Like I hated when K Michelle and Portia was talking about Carlos King, and I don't know what the fuck K Michelle was talking about until I saw people online talking about Carlos King. I was like, oh, like I don't like the fact that Angela is talking about somebody named Gary. Who the fuck is Gary? Okay. I don't like stuff like that because it's like it don't have nothing to do with the show. And then y'all throw stuff out there, and then if you don't keep up with all the shit, which is impossible to, we don't know who the fuck y'all be talking about. How was I supposed to know y'all talking about Carlos King? Who the fuck is Gary? But whatever it is, it just goes to show. Angela, girl, like you said about that private investigator, girl, Angela be around here just digging up dirt on people. I don't like stuff like that. Angela be investigating like a motherfucker. Like, girl, that's the problem with Angela. Girl, Angela really is just on here just to kick up chaos and confusion. Because why is it every time we look up, you throwing out some shit that you done found out on somebody? Angela, the people still trying to figure out if you homophobic or not. That's what the people trying to figure out. And why the fuck your daughter ran off and got married and didn't tell you, but you swear now your daughter is your best friend. Angela was a flop to me this season too. I'm sorry. Angela was a flop for me. Angela was a flop to me this season. She was. Angela maybe get her teeth from lipstick out. To be honest, I think it's Pinky and Kelly the MVP of this season. The girls don't get mad. I done already told y'all. I'm gonna say it again, girl. At the last reunion, I think Pinky and Kelly. I think Pinky and Kelly are the MVPs of this season. If you ask me, I don't care what nobody say. Ooh. Mm-mm. Oh God, I heard Girls Trip was. I heard Girls Trip was whack. I'm gonna watch it. I was gonna review it, but then I saw people online saying it was whack. So it's like, girl, do I really need to watch it? I guarantee you. Can we talk? Can we talk? I guarantee you when Nene come on I guarantee you whatever the ratings are right now or whoever watching it, I guarantee you they're gonna love it when Nene come on watch. Girl, Nene about to gag all the girls. When Nene episode come on, I bet you that's when everybody tune in. Watch. I think that's when Nene gonna gag the girls. Mm. Oh, I'm gonna watch it. I thought I was gonna review it. I'm gonna watch it and see. Oh, now that actually makes sense. If you don't watch, I can see that being. I can see that being what it is. If you don't watch the other franchises, I could see them. I could see people saying it's boring. That actually makes sense. But see, so it might be different for me because I watch the other franchises. Well, not necessarily Orange County, but yeah, all the other ones I pretty much watch. Mm. I heard Giselle keep producing scenes. That girl, I'm sorry, y'all. Giselle is whack to me. That don't make you a good housewife. It just don't. Bitch, if that's the case, just go be a producer. Like that does not make you a good housewife because you can get some shit started in the scene. Bitch, we can all get some shit started in the scene. It don't take that much. Just start a conversation. Oh, hey girl, I heard like Gary loaned Kelly business. Wait, okay, Gary loaned Kelly money for the business 100,000, and she only paid 30,000 back. Angela needs to worry about her past crimes and why she's banned in banking. Oh, allegedly. I don't know nothing about that, baby. I don't know nothing about that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Giselle asked all the women what was their iconic moment, and she didn't have one. Ooh. Girl. Let Carlos tell it, girl. Thank you, Brussels no sprouts. Thank you. I'm gonna watch. I'll probably watch it tonight and see what's going on. I'm gonna watch it tonight and see what's going on. Y'all got that lady thinking that she really is this iconic housewife. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Bitch, if we're gonna be honest, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and shake the table just a tad bit tonight. Bitch, Candace is more iconic than Giselle. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. I'm gonna go ahead and shake the table real bad tonight. Bitch, Candace is more iconic than Giselle. Bitch, Dr. Wendy is more iconic than Giselle. Bitch, Ashley is more iconic than Giselle. Bitch, Robin had us walking around here talking about, I'm so happy that Juan Dixon is not here tonight. Bitch, Robin even Robin Dixon had us all walking around here screaming, I'm so happy that Juan Dixon is not here tonight. Hello? You're right, Shabbat. Okay. Bitch, Ashley is more iconic than Giselle, if we're just gonna put it out there. Katie. Bitch, Katie is more iconic than Giselle. Yes, Ashley Darby. Ashley Darby is more iconic than Giselle. Yes, she is. And I'm not even bullshitting y'all. Ashley Darby is more iconic than Giselle. Dr. Wind, all those girls are more iconic than Giselle if we're just gonna put it out there, bitch. Yes. Bitch, even Mia. Okay? Right, even Mia, if we're gonna be for real. Giselle is not this girl that people try to make her out to be. I don't even think Monique is that great of a housewife, and Monique is more iconic than Giselle. The way that she had a lot of the girls gag with that binder, not me necessarily. I thought it flopped, but the reality is most people were gagged by the binder. Monique is more iconic than Giselle, and I don't even think Monique is a good housewife. Giselle is pretty privileged, mediocre personality, mediocre talent, mediocrity everywhere personified. Let's be for real, she really is. Giselle's iconic moment was when Karen called her a broken, you know what, from Hampton University. Okay, and since she had a hot box. Bravo they love Giselle. They love Giselle. They love Portia. Andy loves Candy. They love Candy too. But yeah, girl, they love her, but I don't really Giselle really not that girl like that. And they have Giselle thinking she really is like top tier, and it's like girl, she's really not. She gets shit started in the scene. Okay, girl, I feel like everybody in here can get some shit started. It don't take no rocket scientist to be in a group and start a conversation. Like that's how I know like mediocrity is praised too much. It don't take no fucking rocket scientist to sit in a group of people and start a conversation. It really don't. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't take a whole lot to get conversation started, especially when you know bitches is beefing in a group and girls some cameras right here. So even the fact that people be like, "Oh my God, she Giselle can get this stuff," great. Anybody can get the shit started. Let's see, can you get the shit started and stay in the shit and keep up with the shit? That's what Giselle always lose. Because an iconic bitch would be Kenya Moore, who gonna get the shit started, sit in the shit, stand in the shit, bitch. She gonna follow it all the way through. Giselle gonna sit there and be like this. What? Girl, please. You started a conversation and then someone sit there and act dumbfounded and stupid when your ass getting cursed out. You can't even, girl. You're not even a girl like that, girl. You're not even a girl like that. Let me shut up. Y'all like that. That's y'all girl. Anyways, all right, y'all. Let me get up off of here. I'll talk to y'all. I'm a girl. I'm gonna make a video. I gotta talk about. I want to do. I might do it tonight. I might do it tonight. I wanted to talk about. There's no shade. I just want to get. I want to give the gays a head up right. The gays a heads up right now. Baby, the way they said y'all done took y'all black asses down there to New Orleans and don't even donate to charity is absolutely insane to me. Angie took a loan in her grandma's name without permission to pay her mortgage and split it with her cousin and grand. Oh, Angie took a loan in her grandma's name without permission to pay her mortgage and split the money with her cousin, and grandma didn't know. She's banned, docs are online. Girl, I don't know nothing about that. Girl, thank you. I don't know nothing about that. Allegedly, thank you. Hmm. Yeah, girl, we got to talk about the red dress run. Girl, the gate's gonna be mad at me what I'm about to say. I already know. I ain't changing my mind either. I said what I said. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Girl, I really want to be some of those blackened chicken. Have you had those blackened chicken strips from Popeyes, baby? Oh, girl, to die for. Have y'all had the blackened chicken tenders from Popeyes, baby? I'm telling you, those blackened chicken tenders from Popeyes, baby. What, baby? Ooh, baby, some sirs. I tried them things the other day, bitch. Girl, them things so motherfucking good. Them blackened chicken tenders from Popeyes. See, that's exactly why we big now. Y'all don't never want to put nothing baked in your stomach, blackened. Girl, stop eating everything fried all the goddamn time. Put a little grilled, a little grilled chicken in your stomach sometimes. A little rotisserie, a little baked chicken. Hell yeah, they good. Motherfuckers good as hell. And they not that high in calories, girl. Well, no, no, let me take that back. I don't know this. I think they're not that high in calories. Hmm. Oh, the blackened chicken sandwich. I haven't tried that. I just be getting the chicken tenders. I usually get five. I eat like either two or three at that moment, and then I save the other for later on that night. So I get five, and then I get two sides, and I'm gonna eat either two or three in my side, and then the other I save it for later, just in case if I get hungry again. And depending on what time it is in the day, more than likely I am gonna get hungry again. Hmm. Ooh, with that black and ranch, yes! Come on, crash out the girls know, baby. Yes, they're good with that black and ranch, baby. You got to dip them, baby. You got to dip them in that black and ranch. I'm telling you, girl, you be in heaven. It feels just like heaven in a sunny day. Yes, definitely heaven in a sunny day. Girl, baby, y'all know I saw that Love and Marriage Huntsville, baby. Girl, I'm gonna tell y'all how fucking Aniva, girl, got the game fucked up. Girl, I didn't know who the fuck Ariane Curry was because I know the bitch by Coleslaw. You know, he was calling that lady Coleslaw. So when I saw the headline, Ariane Curry basically finally makes her appearance on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I said, who the fuck is Ariane Curry? Who is Ariane Curry? Who is that? I was like, who is that? I don't know who. I was like, who the fuck is Ariane Curry? Girl, girl, they should have put coleslaw. Then I would have known who the fuck she was. Okay, Girl, we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. Girl, Ariana Curry is finally down to the Love and Marriage Huntsville. I didn't know who that was. I swear to God. I was like, who is Ariana Curry? And why are they announcing her like we know who she is? And then when I was like, oh, coleslaw. And then once I realized, I was like, oh, that's coleslaw, girl. Oh, okay, girl. They should have put coleslaw. Then I would have known who the fuck they was talking about. I didn't know who the fuck Ariana Curry was. Girl, she finally made her way down to the show. It looked like her and Destiny about to be banging each other upside the head. I'm not mad. You know, we'll talk about it in hot topics. 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 We're not gonna talk about it right now. We're gonna talk about it in hot topics. I'm gonna get started. Yeah, but we'll talk about it. Cause I got some stuff to say. Yeah, I gotta go, y'all, because I'm really on here too long, and I really wanted to make this video as short as possible because, girl, some of the people be complaining about my lives being too long, and I do agree. The lives do be too long. Um, Girl, I think Melody trying to. Oh, girl, y'all think Melody trying to get? I think Melody might be. Girl, I gotta go. I think Melody trying to get on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all know her and Drew are doing some type of business deal together. Some skincare, butter oil, butter cream, body cream. I don't know. So I could see Melody low key coming. Girl, I could see Melody low key trying to work her way down to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I could see it. Her and Drew are like business partners together or something. I saw something online, child. Uh-huh. Drew Sidora and Melody. From some of y'all don't know who I'm talking about. It's a show called Love and Marriage Huntsville. And one of the former cast members, her name was Melody Holt. She was one of the most popular cast members on the show. I ain't really see it for Melody like that. It'd be back and forth with Melody with me. One time, at first I didn't like her at all, and then it's like, okay, she's not that bad. It'd be a back and forth with Melody. But anyways, um, she left the show, and now her other collaboration is sold out. I can believe it because people like Melody and people like Drew. I can believe it. Melody has a very, very strong, solid fan base. So I can believe that it's sold out. Hmm. Drew got to pay that child support. She better be selling something, okay? All right, y'all. Let me get up off of here because again, I don't want to be on here too long. I'm trying to make these reviews as short as possible because they do tend to get a little too long. And I personally also agree with the people. Girl, it just be too long. Girl, they be too long. Girl, 2 hours is the top. We shouldn't be going past 2 hours for a review. It just be too much. So we're gonna end this right here. I will see y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all so much for watching. I had a good time. Bye, y'all.